Welcome back, Nerd Squad, to Top 10 Nerd. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, and what you'll want to do is stay all the way until the end of this video because you gotta see who we picked for our #1 spot. Plus, leave us a comment down below with which member of the Teen Titans is your absolute favorite. Now let's just get right into it and jump into today's list of the top 10 Teen Titans with power restrictions. In at number 10, Raven. Raven is a very powerful member of the Teen Titans crew, and her background of being half demon means that she has a number of different supernatural abilities ranging from spellcasting to telekinesis. In the Teen Titans animated show, the majority of her abilities are focused on her manipulation of darkness, but for the comic books, she's able to manipulate so much more. Raven possesses a power to change the emotions of others, which comes in handy when wanting to calm down a few supervillain rampages. However, her powers become significantly restricted in terms of controlling her own emotions. In at number 9, Beast Boy. Another key member of the Teen Titans team who has appeared in a variety of iterations is Beast Boy, aka Garfield Logan. After coming into contact with a rare disease, his parents attempted to save him by using an untested machine which turned his skin green, but not all things are bad. It did grant him with some remarkable abilities. He's able to transform into any animal and sometimes anything he chooses. One time, a lamp. Not the best, but nonetheless, let's continue. While he maintains his human intelligence when transforming into an animal, his powers become restricted due to his inability to communicate once in that form. Plus, whenever Gar is sick, he has a very tough time trying to control his abilities. Even a simple cough or sneeze could randomly transform him into something that he didn't want to transform into. In at number 8, Jessie Quick. As a speedster from the Flash family, Jessie is connected to the Speed Force, making her a Speed Force conduit. This allows her a number of remarkable powers such as accelerated healing to having enhanced senses, allowing her to react faster in times of trouble. Although all of these enhanced abilities do have their limitations. While having an incredible level of stamina, Jessie's hypermetabolism is her one drawback. Due to her Speed Force, Jessie must consume large amounts of nutrients in order to restore her strength after maxing out all of her speed abilities. Taking breaks for snacks may not be a huge power restriction, but it is one nonetheless. In at number 7, Dick Grayson. One of the more important and prominent members of the Teen Titans is Dick Grayson. Not only is he one of the most respected figures in the superhero community with his ties to Batman, but Grayson has also proven on more than one occasion that he's perfectly capable of standing on his own. Due to Grayson not being blessed with supernatural powers, many of his greatest strengths come by way of human-related skills that he's just been able to master. Things such as acrobatics learned from his time with the Flying Graysons and hand-to-hand combat mastered through his partnership with Batman are all human abilities that can be taught and enhanced through practice. This means that for a majority of his powers, we'll call them that, the restrictions would come by way of his own emotions. When he is under immense pressure, he has a bad habit of lashing out, which means his leadership and other powers are not under his direct control. In at number 6, Hawk. Also known as Hank Hall, he is one half of the crime-fighting duo known as Hawk and Dove, which have been main members for both the Teen Titans as well as the Titans. Of the pair, Hawk is by far the muscle of the duo with his enhanced strength, endurance, and agility. Due to his height and density, Hank is, for the most part, invulnerable to a lot of damage. However, Hawk has a few major power restrictions that do limit his extraordinary abilities. For starters, his own powers will not allow him to change back into his human form until any and all injuries he has sustained are fully healed. Another drawback is that when Dove is not by his side, Hawk finds himself spiraling into rage-fueled battles and becomes very prone to reaching an uncontrollably berserk state. In at number 5, Ravager. Aka Rose Wilson, she is the daughter of Slade Wilson, also known as Deathstroke. Due to her being the daughter of such a dangerous person, Rose too was given the same serum as her father, thus enhancing her abilities to that of near superhuman levels. As Ravager, she was trained by Nightwing to learn how to not just hold her own in a fight, but control these powers as well. One very valuable power that Rose possesses is precognition, which allows her to predict an opponent's move before they've even had a chance to deliver it. In a fight, that's an invaluable asset to have, although this power of precognition does have its limitations. Rose can only access this ability when her adrenaline is triggered. In at number 4, Speedy. Speedy was once the alias that Roy Harper took on while working as Green Arrow's sidekick, but upon joining the Titans he eventually became known as Arsenal. In any case, no matter what his name is, Roy displays that he is one fine marksman, in fact one of the best in the world. On top of that, he's an expert in martial arts and can turn any object into a weapon. The name Speedy came by way of his ability to fire off off arrows faster than even Green Arrow himself. His status as just Speedy the sidekick though may be one of his greatest power restrictions. If you're thought of less than your superhero partner, then realizing your own greatness becomes trapped inside the idea that you're not good enough or not as good as your superhero. For Roy, this was a big factor along with the addiction problems with alcohol and heroin that stem from him being human. I mean, what are you gonna do? In at number 3, Malcolm Duncan. Also known by his Teen Titans alias of Harold, Malcolm was once a powerless citizen made into an honorary member of the team when he saved them from a gang. At the time of joining the Teen Titans, Malcolm had no formal training or any real powers other than what he could accomplish in a boxing ring. However, now seeking to take full advantage of this opportunity, Malcolm utilized the enhanced exoskeleton of Guardian to improve his strength, speed, and overall durability. Getting to his weaknesses, although it has since been retconned, one of the main power restrictions for him was a curse from the Angel of Death, who granted Mal with a mystical horn that would kill him if he ever lost a fight. Seeing as though this weakness has been removed from his now alias of Vox, it's safe to say that again more power restrictions from Malcolm would come from his kind of human side. Malcolm suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder, which means that anything triggering the events that led to this mental health disorder could be considered a restriction to his powers. In at number 2, Dove. Although there have been 2 people that have donned the Dove outfit, for this point because we're focusing on Teen Titans, we'll be talking about Don Hall, the brother of Hank Hall that we mentioned earlier. As we said earlier, Hawk and Dove have this sort of symbiotic relationship, where together they are much stronger. This is also what creates the restrictions for their own powers though. Dove is there to calm Hawk down so that he can focus during battle, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Dove is equipped for battle himself. Sure, he can soar through the air, sense impending danger, and is well equipped for hand-to-hand combat, but it doesn't go further than that. Without Hawk by his side, Dove is like a sitting duck. Last but not least, in our number 1 spot, Jericho. Deathstroke was a busy man creating another Teen Titan with power restrictions for our list. Joseph Wilson is the youngest son of Slade Wilson, which is where he gained the metahuman gene that led to his powers. For those of you who don't know, Jericho was rendered mute when his father failed to save him from an assassination. Jericho then went on to be saved by his mother, where she trained him in combat and stealth tactics. His metahuman abilities though allow for Jericho to possess people, which, as you can imagine, would be a great power for battle. Although, this is where the restrictions follow. If the person he is wishing to take over is awake, he must make direct eye contact to take them over, and even so, he still remains a mute. Ugh. And that has been the top 10 Teen Titans with power restrictions. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then show us some love by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on this list. And for more videos like this one, all you have to do is click that playlist on your screen, man. From Top 10 Nerd, I'm Johnny Rogers. Until next time, take care.